What's good, YouTube? It's your boy BOM Moss. I'm back with another video, back with another interview in the podcast Getting to Know with BON. Now, I have a former student at the Indiana State University School, my boy
T-Roy,
aka known as, what's your name, man?
Troy Mentor.
Troy Mentor. All right, now, Troy. Today I'll be asking you a few questions about, kind of just getting a general sense of like what it is, what it's like being at a university, and kind of like what it's like being an African American man at a predominantly white university, and some of the things. But we'll get to that later though. We'll get to that later. You know what I'm saying? Like so tell me a little bit about yourself, like. Where are you from?
I'm from Chicago, Illinois, South Side.
South Side Chicago, okay. Okay, now what's it like over there in Chicago?
What it's like growing up in Chicago, man, it's bad in Chicago. I grew up around like the hood part, like it's terrible. Like you came in to walk around in a safe space, not watching your back, like people come behind you, kid. It's a bad place in Chicago.
Wait, so elaborate on like not watching your back. What you mean by that?
Not watching your back is like you came in to just walk up the street and go to the store. You feel me? Not somebody coming behind you or try to kill you or anything. Like you gotta watch your back, like and then you also gotta watch niggas in Chicago. It to be your own friend you close with. It's called backdoor you. Backdoor me is somebody backdoor you is as they turn your back on you, shift sides on you.
So it's like when you
betraying your homie.
You. Okay.
You betraying your homie, messing with the people he don't mess with. So it's basically like you betraying yourself, messing with your opposition, the niggas that your niggas don't fuck with.
Okay, and so in Chicago, what you from the South Side? So like, what's something like that y'all take pride in on living in the South Side of Chicago? Like what's something that you sometimes like look forward to when you go home? Like what is the South Side of Chicago? What makes it like the home for you besides being born now?
The South Side of Chicago is, I am in a lot. Chicago is a good place to live at, but it's just bad out there. That's the only thing. That's the only bad thing I can give you. But like going home, it feels good to go home, spend time with your family, have a good time with your family. Just enjoy your time while you out there and spend a good time with your family. And there's a lot of fun things you can do in Chicago. Like it's a real nice place to live at. It's just certain areas you can't go in Chicago, such as being in them areas.
Okay, so what's your how old are you? First off, how old are you?
26.
26. What's your birthday?
July 6th.
Okay. And being 26, I know in Chicago and like growing up, just in really a lot of places, a lot of people don't even make it to the age of 18, right? So like, have you ever dealt with like any traumatic deaths or anything in your family?
Actually, yes, I did. I lost two brothers. One of my brothers, he ain't meant to get the chance to see the age 18. He died at the age 15. Due to gun violence. I also, at that time frame, let me rewind it back for you. Me and my brother, we just walking up the street, going to go have some fun, me and my buddy and my friends, and all of us got shot.
Wait. So which brother is this? This your first brother? This is the first time one of your brothers passed?
Yes, this is my first brother. We all walking up.
What's his name?
His name Torian Connor.
Torian Connor. Okay. Go ahead. So now what happened? So y'all at a park, or y'all walking down the street?
We walking down the street, get ready to go to the park. Everything, go meet all the friends, everything, We just walking, Next thing we know, people started shooting at us, and we ain't knew where the bullets was coming from, you know. Next thing I know, I looked up, I had got shot, my friend had got shot, and my brother had got shot, you know. And me seeing my brother on the ground, I'm hurt myself. I got shot in my leg and everything, you know. I'm trying to help my brother, but I'm also in pain myself, you know. Me seeing my brother on the ground getting shot 5 or 6 times, you know, that was tough for me. You know, he provided everything. You know, he ended up being paralyzed for 2 years, you know. Then 2 years later, he passed away. You know, that was kind of tough for me. He passed away for the wound and being depression, you know, not be able to walk at a young age and not be able to have fun and have his freedom like he had before, you know. And
I'm sorry to hear that, gang.
you know, that was just a tough time around that time. Then last year in September 4, when I lost my second brother, you know. Me and him only a year apart, you know. Me and him like real close, just like me and my other brother, you know. And I lost my brother, you know, to gang violence. You know, he wasn't in the gang bang, you know. All he was doing is helping his auntie move, you know. And a car slid up and shot him out in time. My brother died instantly, you know. It just was a tough time, you know. Me growing up in Chicago, you lose your 2 brothers, that's hard on you, you know. But I just lose that to motivate myself and motivate myself to go harder and do it for them and graduate from college for them, do it for them because they didn't get the chance to make it.
Okay. So like, with like, you know, the passing of, you know, your brothers, how did that affect you with being in college? Like, so kind of bringing it into, you know, being a black man in college and, you know, actually being in college, how did that affect you? Like, what made you stay in school, you know?
What made me stay in school is
I
always been the type of person, I always been smart, got good grades, made an honor roll, you know, had an honor roll my whole 4 years in high school, you know. And what really made me stay in school is I always like to do schoolwork. Like, I always been that type of person. I always like to challenge myself. So, you know, when I lost my brother and everything, you know, I still was, and I'm going to college, you know. But when I lost my brother and them, that made me work harder. It made me feel like I got to do it for them and be successful for them since they ain't get the chance to go to college and get the chance to make it to college and high school. You know, that motivate me to push me go harder and, you know, do what I got to do to graduate from college and everything and make them proud.
Okay, so okay, boom. So we're in college, right? Now, you're in college, and you know, it's your freshman year, right? Freshman year in college, you just touched down in the college, right? Now, how do you cope? How do you? Okay, so your first day of college, right? How do you kind of get the nervousness out of you? What's the first thing you do when you first get to the college? What's the college you went to, by the way?
Indiana State University.
Okay. Now, what's the college like? So, how do you cope with the first time you get to Indiana State? What's the first thing you did? Like, what was some of your feelings? Were you nervous, sad, scared? Like when you got there?
My first time coming to college, I wasn't nervous at all. You know, I was happy to be at college. You know, it was fun. You know, I had my people them help me set up my room and everything. I gave my mama a hug, told her I love her, everything. Gave my brother a hug, you know, my family, everything, you know. And I told them, I see y'all when y'all come and visit me. Let me enjoy this college life. You know, I had saw.
So you didn't have no nervous feeling, nothing. Like you was pretty much just ready to go.
I was ready for college. This is something I've been wanting to do. I always wanted to come to college. So I was ready to come to college. I wasn't nervous and none, you know.
What high school did you come from?
I come from Johnson College Prep, a noble school. I come from like a very sick school, so my school, it kind of like prepared me for college. You know, only reason why I say that because my school I went to, I had to wear dress shoes. My teacher used to have to be tucked in. I had to wear a belt. Yeah, I had to wear a black belt, you know. And I couldn't eat gum if we ain't had no black belt on. So folks, let me rewind it back. So, 4 demerits is a detention. So, detention is like you got to stay until 4 while all the other kids get out at 12 p.m. on Friday. So, Friday we get out at 12 p.m. So, if you ain't had no black belt on, that's a detention. If you eat gum, that's a detention. If you have your phone on you, that's a detention. If you ain't finished your homework assignment before you come to class, you have a LaSalle. And LaSalle is like, you got to stay after school for 2 more hours until you could complete your homework you ain't finished. So if you ain't finished none of your homework assignment, and if you missed one class, a homework assignment, you still got to stay two hours later while all the other kids get to leave 2 hours early. Just because you ain't finished your homework assignment, you know. And I went to the school was just real strict, and it actually like prepared me for college and everything. So it was a real strict school I went to. So
boom, back to, so you get to college, right? Now you're saying you're not nervous. You're saying, you know, you're feeling okay, cool, calm, collected, and comfortable, right?
Yeah.
Well, who was the first person you met that you didn't know coming down there? I don't know if you knew anybody coming down there, but who was the first person that you met when you first went to Indiana State University? If you can recall back.
Actually, the first person I met, I actually kicked it with, like my first day on campus, it was this one of my friends. His name Ernest. I met him my freshman year. You know,
Yeah, I remember E, my boy.
Yeah, so I met him my freshman year. That, you know, we both from, you know, grew up in the hood part. You feel me? He tell me where he from. I'm like, shit, I'm from Chicago. Shit, he tell me he from a G. You feel me? You know?
The G like Gary, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You feel me? So, you know, we ended up kicking, you know, his daddy and took her to McDonald's and everything. We ended up chopping it up, you feel me? And later on that night, you know, we just ended up doing us, you feel me? Just ended up enjoying our first night of college. And that first night of college, it was fun. So I promise, like...
What happened? Like, was there some shorties there? Like, what happened?
It was so many shorties. I ain't never seen this many shorties before. It was just a good time, you know. And it was just fun. Like, your first day of college is just fun. It gets you out that zone, and it gets you that experiment. Like, damn, I'm really in college. Like, it's a different breed. But I also will say, like, maintain on top of your schoolwork.
Wait, why you say that though? Like, what you mean?
Because college can be a big distraction. Like, you should also party a lot Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you know. But most of these college students party all day, you know, and they won't do their work. So I will say, before you go to party and start party Thursday and Friday, make sure your homework assignment done. Make sure if you have a paper or anything you do that night, make sure it's done before you go out, because it will affect you in the long run in your college grades. You know, like it'll affect you in the long run if you ain't doing your college work. Like, if you don't get that above a 2.0 GPA, you won't be attending college next semester. You get dismissed. Dismissed mean as you get a lower than 2.0 is you can't come back to school for a whole semester. And reason why
wait. So when you say dismissed, you mean like dismissed from school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like you talk about basically like if you don't get a 2.0, so you said like, so certain years, right? You have to get a certain
amount of
GPA, right?
Certain amount of GPA.
And so if you get a certain amount of GPA, basically you can't go under a certain amount. So you can't get a 1.9 or lower. Correct. After your freshman year, because then you get you get put on probation first, right? So first year you get put on probation, the first semester, and then the second semester you get academic. You get no. So if you mess up your first semester, right, then you get put on probation, right, and then after probation you would then get academically dismissed for a year of school, right?
Right.
Okay. You good?
Yeah, I had to burp.
So look.
I had to burp.
All right. So boom. So you basically saying, you know, people make sure they stay on their stuff, because if they falling off, they get dismissed.
Correct.
Now, has that happened to you? Keep it a stack. It happened to me. Has it happened to you before?
Honestly, I'm gonna keep it, man. It ain't never happened to me before. You know, I always stay on top of my schoolwork, you know. I ain't never got to miss or nothing like that. So I had to always, what I used to do, me personally, I had to, main key word in college is manage time.
Time management?
Time management, I mean. And time management is like, make sure you have a schedule, Monday to Friday, Monday to Sunday. You know, make sure you have everything planned out what you want to do. So what I used to do is, I used to work 5 days out of the week, you know, after my schedule. I do homework every 4 hours, 6 to 7 days a week. So as I'm doing homework for 4 or 5 hours out of them 6 or 7 days a week, I don't got to worry about no homework not incomplete because I know my homework done before I go out.
Okay.
And that's the main thing I want y'all
go ahead.
College students to understand. Like, if you are go out and party and have fun in college, make sure you stay on top of your schoolwork. That's the main key word.
Okay. Okay, so, boom. We passed freshman year. Now we coming to, you know, sophomore year. Sophomore kind of junior yearish, right? So, like, how is life then? Like, what's some of the things you do? So, like, did you have any friends or anything?
Did I have any friends? Yeah, I had friends. I had met, by the time my sophomore year, like, I had met a lot of people. Like, I met a lot of friends. Like, it was fun. Such as, it's like, I was the upper grade, you feel me? So I was...
You was an upperclassman, right?
Yeah, so I was like, these ain't number freshmen, you know? I'm a sophomore, you know? It was kind of fun hanging out with upper classes.
So who were some of your friends?
Who are some of my friends?
Yeah. Like, who were some of the people, like, who was your crew?
My crew was, I got a big crew. My freshman year, it was a lot of us. It was Malik.
Okay.
My friend named Malik. He also make YouTube channel too.
That's
my
me.
friend Taiwan. He go by the Weezy. He go by the name Weezy. My friend Jack Moore. He also make YouTube and he also make music too. My friend Anlord. He from the city too. And my friend Marquise. And my friend AJ. You know, Chuck, Darren, Ron, Manny, and LJ.
AL.
AL.
AL too, right?
AL, you know, like we all was like probably like 12 of us, you know. It's probably more than that, but you know. And we used to always link up our sophomore years. Like we all used to get up like around early in the morning. We used to get up probably about 7 o'clock in the morning. We used to link up, you know, go in the comments, you know, do some homework for a little minute, and then after that, you know, we go to class. You know, we'll link up after we all done with class, do some homework for like an hour, 2 hours, then that's when we try to enjoy the rest of our day.
Okay, so then, like, when you used to, let's say like an average day, right? An average day you wake up, you go to class. What's some of like the harder things you had to do as far as like getting to class? Like what was it ever difficult waking up? Was it ever hard? Was the work hard? Like talk about, you know, some of the hard things you had to do with going to this school. What were some challenging things you faced?
Some of the hardest thing I would say that was hard for me in college is them 7 a.m. and them 8 a.m. Them was hard.
So you saying like getting up at 7 in the morning?
Yeah.
And then getting up at 8 in the morning?
Yeah.
Are you a morning person?
Nah, I'm not really a morning person. My early time, I used to get up like around 11 or 12. That's the earliest I usually get up. But I will say them 7 a.m. and them 8 a.m. them was hard trying to get up and maintain doing homework until like 2 or 3 something in the morning, then getting up early 3 or 4 hours later. That was hard, you know, and I will say that probably was one of the most hardest things that was hard for me.
Okay.
And doing schoolwork, like, I ain't lie, like doing like some of like, since I'm like a business major, like, it was so much I had to do for business class. Like, I had to write like 3 or 4 page paper, then like another 4 or 5 page paper due in that same day. So altogether, I had to write like 6 or 7 page paper due the next day, and plus doing all my business homework. So I would say that was the most hardest thing to me, is like keeping up with all the homework assignments, especially if you're taking like 5 or 6 classes. That's really hard, because when you're taking like 5 or 6 classes, you gotta really lock in. You gotta really manage your time. So it won't be easy like you taking 4 classes. You gotta remember, you got homework assignment due for 6 classes. So you gotta maintain. You gotta look at your homework assignments and look at your assignments every day to make sure you don't miss no homework assignment.
Okay. So look, I know school costs a lot, right? So, how are you paying for school? Like how are you, you know what I'm saying? How are you actually, making it through school? Like are you getting financial aid? Are you getting like grants? Are you paying out of pocket? Like, how are you paying for, college?
I was paying for college. Paying for college is financial aid, scholarship, and grant loans, everything. So that's what helped me get to college and everything. Helped me, be successful in college. My loans, my grants, and my financial aid, and my scholarships and everything. That's what really helped me out in my college years.
So you got a grant like every year, pretty much? Every semester?
Every semester.
Okay. Now, how is it living in this town, like Terre Haute? I know Terre Haute can be a little shaky. I've heard, just me even being here, I know it can be a little, on the up and up. But how is it on, from your perspective, how you feel about, Terre Haute?
I will say Terre Haute, like, it's a college town, so you will have a lot of fun when you're down here with, like, a general, like, when it's college, when spring and fall semester, you will have a lot of fun, so it's a lot of things to do, it's a lot of fun things to do, it's a lot of parties to go to, like, a lot of fun things to do. But I will say, in the summertime, ain't really too much to do in Terre Haute. And the reason why I say that is, like, all you can do when you out here in the summertime is work and get money.
Why you say that?
Because, like, it ain't really too much fun thing to do in Terre Haute. And like a lot of fun things you can do in Chicago and Napa and everything, ain't really too much you to do in Terre Haute. They don't really got a lot of fun things to do. So the best thing to do in the summertime while you live out here in Terre Haute is work and stack your money up.
Okay. Well, if you, and I'll wrap it up with this question. So let's say there's a 18-year-old kid or something, right? Boy or girl, whoever it may be, and they're trying to, come to this school. They're trying to get to college. Give them some advice and a little short kind of couple sentences. Give that person, that young student, some advice on like how to successfully graduate from college.
Okay. I will say for the new upcoming freshmen that come to college, I will say the main thing to be successful to graduate from college will be maintaining doing your homework, doing your assignment, doing stuff when it's due on time. Get it done before ahead of time. The earlier you get it done, the less you gotta worry about your assignment due. And I will say, like, just manage your time real good when you in college. Like, don't party too much. Don't go out and party every day, Monday to Sunday. That's not good. So you affecting your grades, so you ain't really doing that much work. So don't party too much. Study more than party. That's the key word. Okay.
Well, I think that's about it. And I just think I appreciate you, and I think whoever that watches this will appreciate you even more. You feel me? Thank you for your time, and thank you, YouTube. Another successful podcast, and we out.